Whenever you write something down, you are thinking. That's why you need to take notes whenever you read. Because you're not only seeing the words on the page, you're processing it in your brain and you're thinking about it. But if you also write it down, what you're thinking in your own words as well, if you write it down, you're thinking twofold. You're not only thinking in your brain, but you're also seeing, you're thinking on paper as well. And it's much easier to see your thinking on paper. Because whenever you're like, you have a thought in your brain, you have to focus on it. You have to expand it in this case, and you have to just focus on it. And it's hard to hold the thought. Honestly, it's hard. The whole point of meditation is to hold one thought. And every time I do it, my brain goes off at least once, often more than once. And just having that thought on a piece of paper so you can look at it without having to think about it, you just have it on paper and then you can process it. Makes it so much easier to actually take in the information because it's like a two-step process. You're thinking about it in your brain at first, then you write it down, and then you're also thinking about it on paper because writing is thinking. Whenever you write down whatever you're thinking, that is thinking because you're focusing on one thing in your brain, one thought, and you're expanding it onto the paper. And that's what writing is. That's why it's so important to take notes. And I have to be honest, I don't take Notes in school. I just have to be completely honest. Now that I know that writing is thinking, I should probably start, but I really only take notes whenever I read a book now because again, I just want to truly process all the information because having that on a sheet of paper is just so nice for remembering. And even not even if you don't remember it, it's nice to have something to go back to so you can remind yourself of what you had before. So even if you don't remember it you just have a guide to the book essentially. You have a footnotes version, but it's written in your own way. So you can completely understand it. That's why you have to write it in your own words so you can completely understand it. A lot of authors use like like really deep terms and like big vocabulary, but like it makes it sounding very expensive and like just deep. But it's hard to understand. You do have to break it down, and you have to truly think, what does he really mean here? And that's how you think that you have to think it through by breaking it down in that way. And that's why writing notes and just writing in general is so important.